Hi, welcome to the 14th of July. Hopefully your energies from yesterday are maybe still kicking in. Always use these energies. Sometimes it takes ages for a person to do that. So do check your sun, moon and rising sign. We're using the Tarot of Dreams Tarot today and also some fortune cookie cards. So that's really nice. So as always with my zodiac reads, I start with fire, water, air and earth. So the first one we're starting off with is Aries. So this reading is for Aries. So let's have a look at the energies for today, or the 14th of July. So the energies for Aries. What do we need to know? For Aries. Middle of the month. Wow. Right, so 14th of July. For Aries, Aries energies. Aries energies for the 14th. So, Aries, the first aspect you have is the Ten of Swords. A lot of the time with this energy, we need to rethink things. We have had painful moments in our past, and maybe we're still going through them. So to rethink and see things in a different light, in a different way, is always good. Remember the death card within our life, and that's a regeneration, rebirth, and everything starting again. So it comes from great pain, then comes a rebirth. And it's very much like our mindset. Sometimes when we've been thinking down one direction, we need to see things from a different way. We've always got that choice, but the habit of the mind will always cause drama anyway. So it's not the best, especially when we've had that full moon energy. So you do have the Page of Swords. This is the energy where we have to learn how to adapt our way of thinking. So if visualizations and imagination and inspiration are kind of a little bit strange to really loop them together, this card shows that you can have the ability to be your own boss within your own mindset. It's readjusting. It's maybe doing visualizations, maybe telling yourself you are good enough and you're definitely worthwhile. Because let's face it, a lot of us have been downtrodden within our life, whether that's relationships, parents, society, or whatever. So this gives you the ability to support yourself in a new way of thinking. All right, Aries? You've also got the Four of Cups. So you're taking the emotional time out, which is absolutely fine to do so, especially with the energy of the full moon in Capricorn. That might be affecting how we have been thinking about our responsibilities or the way we work. So the opportunities will always present ourselves to rethink things, remaster those kind of thoughts within our head. So if we we need time out sometimes, but it's always good to take an opportunity to really relearn and reassess where we are within our life. And if the truth of the matter is what we're being told is actually correct. So it's almost like rumours going around. So reevaluate those rumours and do you know what I mean? Right, for Aries, let's have a look. Write in a comment if you don't know what I mean. Then I'll clarify that for you. So, for Aries, your fortune cookie. Let's see your fortune cookie for Aries. So, for Aries today, you do have forgiveness. So that's maybe a way of looking at things at the moment. Maybe we have been hurt, and that pain and suffering that you've gone through, can bring up anger, frustration, and a lack of understanding. So all these sword cards, as well as the Four of Cups, has given you the ability to reassess. Now, forgiveness is a gift that we give ourselves. It's not for the other person, unless you're still involved with the other person or the situation, and then it can do. But it just gives us a little bit of a lift and forgiving, and it's almost like accepting that it's finished and forgotten. So that's what forgiveness is all about. Putting love into the situation, into yourself, and learning that you can have better things. So holding on to the frustration that you've been hard done by is never a good thing. Don't you agree? So next is Leo. This is for Leos. So Leo rising, sun and moon. Let's have a look what we need to know for Leo. Leos. So Leo energies. So this is for Leos. So Leo energy today, you too have got the Page of Swords. This is going to be a fire trait, isn't it? So with the Page of Swords, we must reel in our mindset and really understand where we are going. This sometimes is about protecting old ideas or new ideas or opinions. So we need more information. We need to learn to adapt. We always don't have to be mistrustful about situations. So this is a new way of understanding, of learning, maybe active listening to those around us and really gaining the real truths of our situations. All right. And also for Leo, so you too have got the Four of Cups. Wow. Some of you must have Aries within your sign. So the Four of Cups is taking the opportunity to learn not only about ourselves but our situation. A lot of the time we do need that space to just retreat. But when we really bring the kind of failures of how our past has been, then we can become very withdrawn. We can be very anxiety, depression, sadness, and all those things. And it becomes a kind of an untruth. So we need to learn to be the King of Swords instead of the Page of Swords and really be in charge of our mindset, because we don't want it to affect our emotions. I know we had the full moon, which was a bit of a, however, oh, look at this, you've got the Ace of Wands, yay. So this is the magic wand to now inspire yourself moving forward. When one door shuts, another one opens, and this is the new beginning, that new time in your life where you can really put energy, excitement and passion, willpower and drive into your day. So it can be a magical day for you. So don't withdraw emotional, really understand who you are on an emotional and really rethink things, what's going on in your head. So let's have a look at your fortune cookie for Leos. This is for Leos. Let's have a look at Leo energy with the fortune cookies. Fortune cookie energy for Leos. Right, do like the Ace of Wands. Okay, Leo, it's nearly your birthday. Money, yay! Money's always a good thing to actually have a look at. It's how we value ourselves, the prosperity of our situations. When we have the Ace of Wands, it's almost like, ooh, maybe we can magic some money on the table for us. Always good. But when you have the Page of Swords, maybe you're not thinking correctly about abundance. So maybe you're thinking that there is never enough, there's another bill around the corner, or whatever negativity we listen to. Usually it's where we live, our culture, what people are saying and repeating, and it has no truth in it. So we can't always believe what financial news we get. We just have to know our own environments. So if you value yourself, respect yourself, money just rolls in. All right. So this is quite good for Leos. So having a look at your understanding of value and self-worth for Leos. So next, my friends, is Sagittarius. Sagittarians. So what's the energy on the 14th of July for our Sagittarians? Let's have a look for Sagittarians. Sagittarian energy. Sagittarius. So we have Two of Coins. So a lot of the times we are juggling two things at once. Maybe our full-time career plus our hobbies that we want to turn into a business, or maybe we've got an understanding of our commitments, you know, family commitments, and maybe we're single parents or whatever, and we want to start a new relationship, and we want that, but it's just too hard to grasp. So the energies of this need to hang in the balance. And if we need time management or time focus or anything like that, it's always a good thing to actually focus on. So always juggling one thing and another thing could be spinning too many plates at once. So we need to just self-assess and start really reevaluating what we are doing and how our time is well spent or not. So, so we also have the Four of Wands. So home life can be very important, as well as career, as well as relationships. Four of Wands is a great standing card of a foundation and how we look at the celebrations within life. So the big door is opening, and all those opportunities that we can see, especially our dreams and desires of where we want to go. Sagittarians are always good at focusing, aiming and achieving, right? And they have that Jupiter planet. I'm always telling you about expansion, about luck, if you believe in luck. So opening the door to your own success and celebrations within life should happen every day. There's no excuse why this shouldn't happen every day. If we feel gratitude for ourselves and where we are, then things happen in such a grand way. We've also got the Fool, which is fine. So this is trusting in that process. If you want that marriage, you want that new home, you want that new self-employment, whatever is new, we have to trust the process that is happening within that. So when we take a leap of faith and really understand that what we're building on for ourselves is very important to learn to take the first step. So again, when we're juggling home and life and career and hobbies and new relationships, it's just too much. 24 hours is never enough. But when we trust that we're doing things and prioritizing things, but having a more relaxed go with the flow attitude like Sagittarians do, then that's okay. Things will definitely fall by the wayside if they're no longer needed, and we can really aim for what we're going. So be a Sagittarian today and really aim and stay focused on that goal. And your fortune cooking for Sagittarians. Sagittarian energy. Let's have a look for fire. Fortune for Saggies. So, money. Yay, we like that. We'll take that on board. So, just like the Leos, we have money coming in, or we need to focus on building that up. So the Four of Wands is a good aspect to build up. When we trust that we have value, when we trust the universe is ever abundant, and there's no shortage, there really isn't. So the poverty thinking that we might think that we have to run 2 jobs, that we have to do 2 of this, is not applicable if we have our mindset and really celebrate of the opportunities that are around us to actually attract money within us. So if you're a person at the moment that has no money, have a look at that. If you have lots of money, have a look at that. What you're producing within your life and opening that big door to abundance and success, celebration, is entirely up to you and how you balance things out. But definitely trust in the process is a really good thing to do. Sagittarians, money, money, money. So now we move on to water signs and Pisces. So this is for Pisces. Let's see what's going on with Pisces today. This is for Pisces. So check your moon, rising and sun in Pisces. Thank you. This is for Pisces energy. For Pisces. No. Right, this is for Pisces today. Pisces. Right, our Pisces friends. So the first energy that we have is the Nine of Swords. So this energy is particularly like that we think overextend our imagination in a very kind of nightmarish scenario. The mind does like to always create drama. So as much drama as possible, the mind will go, here we are, here we are, here we are. When we need to have a little bit more of ownership of how we feel towards our mindset. So this does bring up fear, control, lack of, all those negative things about our situation. So a lot of us are always worried about are they going to contact me? Am I going to get promotion? Say if I lose my job. There's so many things that we have a fear about. And it's just a game that the mind likes to play. So instead of doing that, just relax a little bit more and think the opposite way of, wow, yes, I'll have my job, I'll get promoted. There's a lack of here. So when we have a lack of, we're not valuing ourselves. We need to really own up about value for Pisces. You've also got the Nine of Cups. So there you go. That's a wish card. So, or the achievement card. We need to go one step further to make that happy life, that contentment, and really feel that everything is fine. So by saying, oh, it's not fine, and what if this happens and they don't call me, what happens then? Is it the end of my relationship? And blah, and the mind goes on and on and on. But when you have the wish card, it's like, why don't you ask for an eternal aspect of wishes? And then you can wish for all the good things in life and make it happen. This is actually doing the opposite of making the mind rule you instead of your heart. So today, really listen to your heart in a very positive, very kind of expanding way that you can make it work for you. You've got the Queen of Cups. Now, this is a good card for you, Pisces, because A, you're in your element, but it shows that you're not giving to yourself, especially with the Nine of Swords. So maybe you think you can't ask for a better relationship. Maybe you think you can't ask for anything. I always see this as giving to yourself more of the love, more of the wealth, more of the respect that you deserve. Because when you're always giving to situations and nothing's coming back, is that not a sign that you're not giving to yourself in the way that you deserve? So when we're giving too much in a relationship, that is a sign that you're not. And it's also a sign perhaps that relationship isn't the right one for you. And until we learn to go, okay, that's not the right thing for me, then we have to give to ourselves and go, enough is enough. I need to do a little bit of an Eight of Cups thing and walk away from that. But yeah, it's a kind of lesson that until you really give to yourself, then yeah. So that's always down to yourself. So Pisces, let's look for your fortune cookie. It doesn't resonate for everyone, but you know, she does look a bit grumpy there. Right, this is for Pisces energy on the fortune cookie. Right, what do you need to know today? So, you have travel. Wow, that's good. So, traveling through your mind in a nightmare scenario is never a good thing. But traveling through your heart in the fantasy of love is a good thing to actually travel through. If you're actually traveling on a physical aspect, use your imagination and inspiration and say, yeah, I deserve a little bit of holiday, vacation, and, oh, where could I go? Who could I meet? I like it. So if that's your wish to get to have a little exploration. So sometimes our fear is, oh, who's going to look after the kids? Who's going to look after the pets? Oh, I couldn't go because I haven't got the money. And that's definitely the Nine of Swords. So just allow yourself to go, yeah, I'm going away. So, nice, Pisces. So let's have a look at Cancer next. This is for Cancer. Right, for Cancer. Cancers. So let's have a look on the 14th of July about Cancer energies. This is for Cancerians. So, Cancer, you do have the Five of Cups energy. I'm seeing this quite a lot today, which is on the full moon. So maybe we're still affected by the emotional sadness of the hurt from the past. Nobody likes to keep those emotions locked up inside our body. We need to really have a good cry, perhaps, and let it go, or don't put the attention on these things. One of the things about the Five of Cups is that Two of Cups is always standing. So that's the healing aspect of the energies coming together. But it won't happen if your cup is full of pain, sadness, disappointment, regret, guilt, all those kind of things. So we need to release them considerably in order to allow the energies of the goodness to come in. Also with the Eight of Wands, one can get a little bit still emotional, over emotional from that full moon in Capricorn on the 13th. So here on the 14th, today, we need to let go of that stress and really realise that communication is key, what we're telling ourselves. So if we're telling ourselves we're not good enough, that's exactly what is going to come to us. So it's important to see our environment of who we are as people, as in what we're telling our mind, body, heart and soul about what's going on with us. So it is kind of important to do that. You do have the Three of Swords, and that's a reminder that that is that pain. So first of all, if sometimes we know we're in that painful situation, and other times we need to just tap into something that we need to let go. Could be a hurt from childhood, could be an annoyance conversation we've had on the bus or the train. You know, lots of things can happen that caused on a daily basis pain, and we don't know. So I always advise people to have a good cry, or crying will come out. That is the best way to get rid of pain. Have a good cry, let it out, because we don't want to keep it. That's one thing we don't want to keep, especially with the Five of Cups. Let the pain, disappointment, frustration, guilt, all those negative emotions that we keep to ourselves out. It needs to get out. Once we have that open heart, we feel vulnerable and we don't want to let anyone else hurt us. That's the wrong attitude. We need that open, big heart to be stronger than ever before, to know we have value, to actually know that we can have the good things coming because of the Eight of Wands. And let's prove that with your fortune cooking. I bet there's marriage, engagement coming up here for you. You know, no point in being disappointed over past relationships, is there? Let it go. Right, let's have a look for Cancerians, what you need to know. Your fortune won't resonate for everyone, but I predict a very good card. Abundance. Abundance is one of the best things in life because it means there's an ever-increasing source. So abundance comes from love and how we see wealth and prosperity. So when we feel we deserve stuff like love, this is what abundance is. It means there's a lot of. So if you're looking through the hurt of losing jobs, then there's a lot of jobs that can come up for you, a lot of the money. So that's abundance. But when it's to do with love, love is always around. It's the simplistic, most energetic form there is, because if it's spiritual love, that goes higher than your sun in this universe. So abundance is loads of. So you can express loads of in your life. So if you want loads of love, it's there in abundant form for you. Right, okay, so moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio energies for the 14th of July. Let's have a look at Scorpio today. So Scorpio energies. So, Scorpio, your first energy, 567, is the Seven of Cups. So, we can actually see you've got the Scorpio. It's a kind of a Scorpio trait. So, very interesting. So, with the Seven of Cups here, sometimes we think we have that choice, but we have always got that willpower, that determination to unveil. It's like, you know, the trick with the three cups and the little treat in between. It's like we don't know what to grasp. We don't know where it is. So we have to have a practical sense to know what it is that we're trying to aim for. It's no good going after pies in the sky. It's always with determination and practicability that we need to grasp that one thing. Really focus on the one area and get that done first. Which you do. You've got the world. You've got the world on your shoulders. But you have the world. The world is your oyster. All these kinds of sayings is how we actually look at where we are. So if we think, oh my God, everything is too much, I've got the world on my shoulders, you know, it's heavy, that's what we're focusing on. But if you go, oh, the world's my oyster, and you're holding the world, that's really intelligent thinking. So it's all about how we look at things. So with the world, soul has gone through a particular journey, and now you can learn the lessons so much better and deal with the next challenge coming up. All right, for Scorpio, and you can see things differently. Okay, so when we have the world and we have the Ten of Swords, it's like all those endings that are coming to a head. So with the full moon especially, you may still be feeling that. And full moons are always about letting go of stuff. So one of the things is that painful barrier that you have between your heart and your mind, and going forward in a more beautiful way, a more focused, more abundant way, so to speak. So yeah, so it's all about how you see the choices, and choices of the mind is always one of those things that we can really control, even though thoughts just pop up there, and it is how we've trained our mindset really. So this is just redoing, relearning, rethinking and redoing. So for Scorpio, let's have a look at your fortune cookie. Fortune cookie for Scorpio. So Scorpio, at the moment your fortune is children. That's interesting. So for Scorpio, maybe some of you want children, maybe you have children. Maybe your inner child is trying to come out, and it's been banging on for a long time because it hasn't been heard. So what kind of aspect do you kind of resonate with, that wants to come out, wants the ability to go, hey, remember my dream, remember what I wanted to do? So that's your inner child. For some of you, children are very, very important at this time, and it can affect many, many things. It can affect, are we going to work, because we've got to look after the children. Some of you, like me, are grandparents, and some of the time we have to look after the children. So it does have an effect on all our lives. But children are always a gift, and we can learn so much from them. It's almost like what they're reflecting back to us. So it's an important aspect that we should consider within our lives. All right. So that's very nice. Right. Moving on to Aquarius. Yeah. Excellent. So for Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. What does Aquarius need to know? Right, this is for Aquarius. So Aquarian energy today is the 3 Wands. So opportunities will always come in our way. But sometimes this is a sign for you that what you've tried to invest in, whether that's romance or career or anything else, is definitely coming your way. So the sign is that you're well on your way to receiving what you have set out to do. So we have to take encouragement with that and go, okay, it might be a waiting period. I might have to really search higher and low. I might have to tweak one of the things, but we have to notice it coming. So this is where we set up the environment for that to come. So things will come for you, but you've got to just have that little bit of wait. Look at this card that you've got, Aquarius. You've got the lovers. So maybe for some Aquarians, you've been wanting that perfect relationship and you've done all your work and you're trying your very best to actually get those energies together. This is a sign that this is about a better commitment. So this is why it's got that youngness to it with the Three of Wands. You've been wanting that permanent relationship for some of you. And this is your sign to move towards a better understanding of who you are and what you want within this. So it's got that kind of good communication to yourself and good communication to the universe that you have been waiting, and it's coming. King of Swords. Aquarius, you are in your element as in the King of Swords. So this is how you are communicating. And if you're in a decision-making mode, whether to do something, it's always like you can tweak it to change what is coming towards you. But this is the inspiration and using a kind of intelligence with that to learn how to rule your mindset, how to rule your heart. All these things come about going inside and really seeing about your soul journey. This is about your soul journey at the moment. And are you doing things that are more analytical about goodness for yourself? And you definitely 100% are, because of the Three of Wands. It's saying that energy for yourself is coming in. So if you have been wanting that perfect lover scenario about relationships, that's coming in. Or if you wanted something else, it isn't always about love. Might be the perfect career, travel. I do see a lot of you guys traveling for some reason. Right, let's see your fortune cookie for Aquarius. Aquarius, what's going on with you guys? Fortune cookie for Aquarius. Family. Oh, that's always a good thing to have for air signs, any sign. So family might be one of those considerations that we're waiting for. Maybe going on holiday with family. Maybe having that perfect communication with family. But family, really see what it means to you and make time for family, whether it's your soul family, your hobby family, whatever family means the most to you. It's a reminder from the universe that family is important. You know, works both ways with relationships. They may need you. All right, Gemini. Let's see our Geminis. So, Gemini energy for the 14th of July. So, this is for Gemini. Sorry. Gemini, you have the Seven of Coins. So patience is a virtue, they say. And you know what? They're right. In every situation, we do need patience, but we need to nurture ourselves in a way to give to ourselves as well. So it takes a lot of weeding out of negative thoughts or feelings to be able to achieve our goals. So this is why this is nurturing and patience. If we don't put our situation in the right environment, how can it grow and develop? So the environment has to be right for that to develop. So you've also got the Knight of Swords. So that environment that we can see is not thinking about the past. Oh, well, I grew a huge tree last year. Why isn't it not growing this year? Well, that cake last year was so good. My Christmas cake, it was perfect. Why has it? What's wrong with it now? Doesn't make sense. it should be like this. Why isn't it? That's wrong. We've got to nurture the here and now. We've got to be in control of our mindset moving forward. So we can't just rethink things from the past and think it's going to be great, it's going to be now. So reevaluate what you have been thinking in a way of understanding where you are now, what you are nurturing to develop. Also, you come across as the Queen of Wands. Great energy to stay positive within that mindset. So a lot of you might be attracting that youngness, that you want that desire, that passion to start something, and you want it now. Queen of Wands, very Sagittarian energy, impatience, can be, can be. I'm just using that as an example. So sometimes we want it to happen now, and we've got to learn that little bit of patience and understanding. So for you guys, Gemini, the understanding of two sides of a coin is always a good thing. But yeah, still having that desire and passion, sometimes it's about the long haul and not the short haul, isn't it? Let's have a look at your fortune cookie for Geminis. Gemini fortune cookie, what's on the cards? What's on the cards for Gemmies? Let's have a look. So, Gemini energies. Health. Whoa. Health, wealth, and stealth. Health. This is very important. All kinds of well-being with health. So we have health with our mind, our heart, our body and soul, and spiritual health. So sometimes we need to have a look at that, what we're thinking. Are we thinking healthy thoughts? Are we having healthy emotions? Are we having our physicality in that health environment? These are the things that we should definitely pay attention to. If we're thinking negatively, that's poor mental health, isn't it? So do have a look at those things for Geminis. So moving on to Libra. Libra. So let's see what's happening for Libra. Libran energies today. Sun, moon and rising for Libra. So you have, wow, 6 of coins. So it's a good card for you. Balancing the coins out and giving it. So the give and take of the situation, of all situations, does hang in the justification of what is being handed out. So sometimes we need to self-assess where we are, and are we attracting what we really do want to attract. So this is the Ask card. It's a generous charity card as well. So we have to give ourselves permission to ask for those things. A lot of the times, it's like, am I worthy kind of thing? And you've just got to say yes. You are in charge and responsible of your own life and what comes in and what goes out, basically. So this is about what's coming in, but also what's going out. So ask yourself, give yourself permission to ask for the greater things within life. When you have the 5 of Swords, that's eliminating and having the information of your character, of justification, about learning that some opinions just, are opinions. So we need to kind of look at things that aren't serving us. So maybe that poverty thinking is one of those things that not making you abundant in the way of bringing in financial ability. So it's all about the respect and the wealth that we see each other. So one of those things is just walk away in your mind about poverty thinking. Some of you may have to literally walk away from situations that are toxic. That's always one of those things. And to actually have the 4 of Swords as well is a kind of aspect where we have to reflect on a lot of things within our life. Sometimes it is about those relationships or job or something like that. But when we sometimes fall in the habits of all sorts of things, we have to realize that, are we contributing to this situation? So this poverty thinking of you might have low self-confidence at the moment, or you may have disbelief in a lot of things. So we have to really reflect and rest our mind just at the moment about what it is that's been handed out to you. Have you contributed with your mindset in the lack of? So this is very much about using your own star sign by seeing different sides of the equation to see what is in balance and what's out of balance. It's not that important energy for you, really. It's a wishy-washy kind of aspect. It may be just because of the full moon energy for you guys. You know, emotions when... but yeah, I would definitely highlight what you do need to reflect on. So for Libra, your fortune of the day is hope. That's a good thing to have. So when you reflect on situations, this is all about the trust of, you know, hope. I hope this is going to work out well. And it will, if you allow yourself and give yourself permission to actually want the better things. So the Five of Swords energy is what you're going to eliminate to rest your mind about what's being handed out to you. So this is the hope about almost like wishing, but one has to do the responsibility of your own life and take back control. Really use that sword of justice, truth, as a judge in your life, as yourself, to bring that back to you. Okay? Excellent. Earth signs, starting from Capricorn. Capricorn energy. Let's have a look at Capricorns. So for Capricorns today, we have 4 Capricorns. Right, Capricorns. First of all, you have the 10 of Cups. Perfect. Give yourself a gold star. Boom, right in the head. So the feeling of love and rainbows and softness is just, it's like that full summer day when we can just feel a slight breeze on our face and watch those lovely fluffy white clouds. Wonderful. We don't need to do anything else, do we? So this is a sense or a feeling or an aspiration to actually find that happiness, that love, that joy, that perfect scenario for you. If you're not here, then this is a sign for you that it's soon going to happen for you when you really give yourself that opportunity. So what you've been working hard on is coming. And here we are, the 9 of Coins. Wow. Some star signs in these dailies are just super, super good. I think it was it Aquarius yesterday? I can't remember. Anyway, so with this coins, 9 of Coins, this is about luxury of abundance. So looking towards your happiness and your own independence of love. Even when we're single, we're in love. It's like that romance of just being alive. So things can be very inspirational for you when you look at what you can achieve, especially when it's surrounding home, family, and you know, the ability to make things happy. So you do have the Palace of Cups here, which is in this particular deck, which just means your home with that 10 of Cups. There's abundance of love and everything is just wonderful. So no matter where you turn today, it's out of appreciation for who you are and that love aspect within that kind of aspect. So it's just everything's coming up roses for you. Yeah, what a great day. Can't go wrong. Let's find your fortune cookie anyway for Capricorns. Wow. So that full moon, some of you might have done rituals last night, you know, to clear away the old in the full moon. But to have the Palace of Cups is just phenomenal. And the 10 of Cups. Wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I know why. because it was a Capricorn moon. Makes perfect sense now. Soul symbol. Oh, your soul has been kind of bumped up, bumped up a notch. So soul symbol means your soul journey is really being elevated at the moment. And I'm not surprised with the Palace of Cups and the Ten of Cups and, of course, the Nine of Pentacles. So your soul journey, your soul purpose is like you're vibrating at such a good level, Capricorns, and might be because of the full moon in Capricorn that's shifted the old, and it's like, whoa, everything's coming up wonderful. Whoa. Well done, Capricorn. That was good, because the last few days, I think it's been tough for Capricorns, hasn't it? So, moving on to Taurians, Taurus. So, let's have a look at the energies for Taurus. For Taurus today, Taurus energies. This is for Taurus. Taurus energies. So, for Taurians, the first energy is the Five of Wands. So, maybe because it's so hot and there's no air conditioning and it's like, oh my goodness, we can get overheated, especially with the full moon in Capricorn energies that might still be affecting some of us. So a lot of the time it can be a little bit of disagreement, but it's mostly about sorting things out on a level that you perhaps need to sort things out. Sometimes we have a kind of aspect where we're pulling back, we're being a little bit slow in the moving forward, which is fine, but we need to sort these things out. So taking your time and being cautious is always a good idea for you guys, but just be careful that we need to understand a little bit more. The energy needs to flow a little bit more. Oh, yeah, well, yes, it does. When we have the Four of Pentacles, that is a sign that we're being a little bit too stubborn. We're keeping things to ourselves a little bit too much. So we've got to trust the process. So maybe the frustration is going on where you're not at. So the frustration that you might have a little bit of poverty thinking and you're not really shining through this aspect. So it's almost like one has to explore and trust a little bit that things will turn out. So try not get into any disagreements about money, especially. You know, that's always a hot topic when talking to partners or family or whatever. So with the Two of Wands, there's great opportunities to arise from this. So it's like, do I go left? Do I go right? But this is about partnerships. So if you're working with someone in partnership, then don't have any arguments or disagreements, especially about increasing the opportunity for your businesses to grow or just to develop. And that works same with romance, to be honest. So this is about working in harmony for what you want to achieve. So work with what you've got. Learn to kind of come together in more agreeable terms. That's not going to resonate for a lot of you, but that's the energy of don't argue with your friends and family either. Really. Don't share two honest opinions when a lie can do. Yes, darling, you look lovely in that. Honest. I'm not lying. I'm not lying to you. Or maybe, you know, wear the pink dress. Yeah, I like the pink dress better. Right, oh sorry, Virgos. Next is Virgo. Right, this is for Virgos. Oh no, it's not. What am I doing? This is, sorry, I do apologize, Taurus. This is your fortune cooking. This is the fortune cooking for Taurus. Taurus, this is your fortune cooking. Love. Oh, When we add love into the equation, nothing else matters. Well, it shouldn't. So we don't have to be forceful. Well, you're not forceful. We don't have to be, you know, too hasty with certain things. We need patience with love. And let's face it, Taurians usually are quite patient. But love is coming. So we have to learn to trust that. We have to learn to evaluate our opening up to do that. If we're closed off and still worried about exes, and we can't possibly do that. No. Let's face it, two of wands and love, the energies together are definitely coming. So for some Taurians, you might already know that person, a friend, right? So that's quite interesting. There you go. Love. So Virgo. Virgo is next. Glitch. So Virgo's your next. Let's see what's going on for our Virgos today. Virgo energy. So this is for Virgos today. So what do our Virgos need to know? Let's have a look at the Virgo energy. Virgos. Right, Virgos, our first energy is the Four of Wands. A great energy to really understand that the celebration within life is that door of opportunity being revealed to us. When we build up on those huge celebrations, celebrating things like new births, marriages, engagements, new homes, everything that has that celebration factor, we know we can be grateful for these things, but also very kind of happy for our friends and families and colleagues that also go through this process. It's like a reflection to us that we can achieve these things too, and it's a good foundation. So our home life at the moment and how we feel about our partners or things to come is definitely on the cards to open up to those great new aspects. With the Two of Coins, I know a Virgo who gets his all the time. So we have to really look at balance within our home life and what we're trying to achieve. The bigger picture of those perfect relationships, as in marriages and engagements and new homes and buying a new home, having new babies, has to go into an aspect of balance. So we have to have a huge lot of patience and work, not hard, but more efficiently to our goals. One of those things is putting love into the situation and being humble and grateful for where we are right now. This is essential to build up the bigger things. If we're not grateful for who we are and where we are, how can the universe provide a bigger thing? Because we're not going to appreciate it. So this is appreciating all the hard work that you Virgos do. And of course, with the Hanged Man, that's very important to self-assess your value and respect for yourself to be able to achieve something bigger. So the Two of Pentacles I always see is going after what you do want, as in new homes, births, marriages, new kids, etc. But this is a waiting aspect of how we see, how we fit that in our life. So everything does hang in the balance, literally. We need that balance within our value of who we are self and the opportunities that are coming. Very nice for Virgos. So let's see your fortune cookie. Fortune cookies for Virgos. And that's another day gone. Do the days go fast? Do the days go fast, people? Do put in the comments if you think that is true. Right, Virgos. Fortune cookie today. Hope. We always need hope, don't we? The flame of hope. Sometimes some of us can do meditations and really meditate on a flame. So a lot of us can do certain rituals with candles and flames. But the hope is like that little flame inside us. We need to keep it alight for our dreams and desires to come alight. So the willpower and the trust and the faith in our own journey comes about by having that. So it might be a little spark of an idea. Oh, wouldn't it be good if I had this fantastic home? Or, oh, wouldn't it be good if I was married? And all those things. This is the hope card that things can come true. All right. So still believe in that hope of your wonderful life. Because let's face it, Virgos are wonderful. They're ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty. So, people of the universe, thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a lovely day. And we'll see you all soon. Lots of love.